it's about time I got around to making a speed paint of this magnificent creation of the fandom. Shoutouts to the GOAT, Chakra X, man's a legend. Now, why am I doing Shadic? Well, that should be pretty obvious. I'm celebrating the release of Sonic X Shadow Generations with the ultimate combination of the two titular hedgehogs. Having been a part of the Sonic fandom pretty much my whole life, I was there to watch the updates of Nazo Unleashed as they released. I absolutely loved them all, and Shadic quickly became one of the coolest things I had ever seen at that age. It formed a lot of my taste in animation, as well as helping greatly with my interest in combat choreography. Although, I think one of the biggest influences on that was actually the Shock series by Turquoise, and other early members of Hyun's dojo, of course. Alpha will always be awesome. But, when I went into making this, I knew I wanted to present base level Shadic, and make a version of him that was, well, less of an eyesore, because the usual base Shadics I see are Sonic's usual bright blue. Frankly, it clashes a little bit. I also wanted to make new shoes for him that were more balanced, more of a combination of the two, and didn't run into the problem of being far too much Shadow and not enough Sonic. Eventually, I think you'll see I succeeded in that. Taking more of the shape of Sonic's shoes, with Shadow's jets underneath and metal soles, works pretty well. And then of course, I made him more navy than the brighter blue Shadic is usually presented with. But then there was the issue of what to surround him with, what to do with the background. Well, I couldn't do Shadic without referencing his original appearance as Hyper Shadic. So, having all of the emeralds present was a must. But then I wanted a flashy background to go with him that felt significant to the lore of both hedgehogs, as well as the recent games. So, I eventually settled on having the Ark and the Shattered Moon behind them. But then I gave the moon a magenta tint in reference to the end. During the sketching phase, I already knew I needed to give Shadic some intimidating energy effects, suggesting the hedgehog is on the brink of just exploding with power. Already sparking, removing his second inhibitor ring, surrounded by Chaos Emeralds that are clearly about to burst into their super forms, it all comes together to feel like the ensuing power-up is going to create a blast so massive the Ark is going to be tilted off course. This is Shadic, the greatest hedgehog anyone in the fandom ever made, and one of the greatest protectors Earth could ever ask for. Thanks again, Chakra X. But that's enough for now. Expect a few more Sonic-themed speed paints coming up. I'm on a roll with ideas for these. And as for calling Shadic one of the greatest protectors, well, I may have something even better lined up for a speed paint coming up. But you'll have to wait a while for that one. For now, this is the Envoy of Kairos, signing out. And I'll see you all again right after this video for the start of the Shadow Generations playthrough. Thanks for watching, guys.